Thank you. My name is Reverend Dr. TK Nakagaki. I'm the president of Heiwa Peace and Reconciliation Foundation of New York. This is our 5th anniversary, and so we started 2018. And somehow, we're surviving. That was actually, for me, it's an amazing thing because I just started, but you never know what's going to happen. I don't expect to happen to like the COVID-19. That itself is a big thing. And so everything changes. Of course, the Buddha talk about everything changes. Nothing remains without change. So in one way, there's no surprising to see everything changes. I mean, but then sometimes we don't expect that much of change all of a sudden. So, but still, changes are changing. So how we accept is a very important aspect. And some people felt the life itself is not as reliable as possible, as we think. But so that people, take the moment more seriously, and then meeting even one, people is a very, very precious thing, like those things are some new awareness that we are always be able to, experience through this pandemic time. And yeah, I guess so. That's something that we all learn, over the pandemic. Now, I hope. Can you see? Okay, right? Okay, great. So we do have a very simple menu today. So we start with the prayer, and so since this organization named Heiwa, Heiwa means basically peace, and Hei means equal, the plane, so same level. And Wa means peace, but one side of the Wa is the plants, and the other side is a mouth. So we grow, or nurture ourselves, and to be able to speak, use our language, well, so that the mature way of talking. And so Heiwa is equally treated all the life equally. And then also, so that's why we can talk nicely to the, instead of hurting others, but try to make other people comfortable. And also with the compassion and wisdom, what words you use. So those are some words that we have for Heiwa. And I hope through this gathering, what I would like to have is a Heiwa program, peace program. And then we happen to have a wonderful speaker this time. So Dr. Piya Ratna Maharjan. He's from Nepal, and he's visiting at the UN. There's two different conferences, Women's Conference and also Water Conference. And so he participated in that. And he's a very active, we introduce later, but then so he'll be speaking later on. Then we do have part of the questions. Maybe since we have a smaller group, so we can have some sharing too. So it's not just what you call one-way talk, but hopefully you can share your thoughts on your, especially peace, the thoughts on peace, and through your experience and so forth, will be great to hear. Then after that, we do have a little celebration part. So we have some music, the peace music. You hear some of the practice part, but anyway, so we'll see how it goes. And so that's the another part of the menu that we have. And Rino Aise is a singer, and also he played a Sanshin. So she'll be playing, and then supported by Jun Nakanishi, the percussion, and also probably myself a little bit. But anyway, so please enjoy the moment that we have. And after everything is over, we have some refreshment. So maybe this way we can have a conversation and meeting other people. And so we'd like to start with meditation, so your mind is calm. And Bante? Yeah. So maybe I'll start with a little bell, and you. you can do now. And then Bhante Subodha, who is a resident minister or priest here at the Temple of Enlightenment. You can say anything.
Okay. Thank you, Venerable Nakagaki, the founder of the Heiwa Peace and Reconciliation Foundation of New York. So thank you so much for choosing our Temple of Enlightenment to celebrate your 5th anniversary of the Heiwa Peace and Reconciliation Foundation. So welcome Venerable Nakagaki and Dr. Piya Ratna Maharjan, and welcome all of you to the celebration here today. Today, now we are going to prayers to do the prayers, our prayers to the Buddha, homage to the Buddha, and I'm going to chant in our way of tradition, Theravada, and you may join with me. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Itipiso bhagavarahang samma sambuddho vijjācarana sampanno sugato lokavidu anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati satta deva manussanang Buddho Bhagavati Sakkhato Bhagavata Dhammo Sandittiko Akaliko Ehipassiko Panaiko Paccatang Veditabbo Vinyuhiti Supatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Ujjupatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Nyāyapatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Samīcipatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Yadidang Cattari Purisa Yugani Atta Purisa Puggala Esa Bhagavato Savaka Sangho Ahuneyo Pahuneyo Dakkineyo Anjali Karaniyo Anuttarang Punyaketang Lokasati Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Please follow just a minute, meditate on metta, loving kindness. This Heiwa Peace Reconciliation Foundation of New York also represent love each other, peace each other, non-violence, a unity of all the traditions and nations together and work together, live together harmoniously. So this Heiwa Peace and Reconciliation Foundation organizing some events, interfaith event, And this is represent the excellent, amazing peace we need into this world. So we are living with some afflictions, all the time with doubt, not secure. So this metta, loving kindness, unconditional love, is bring peace to everyone in this world if they practice it. So let's send our metta to all our neighbors, to all our family members, friends, and everyone living in this city, in this country, and in this entire world. So you may keep wishing. May all living beings in this world be happy, be healthy, and be safe. May they all be free from suffering. May all living beings be happy, be healthy, and be safe. May they all be free from physical and mental suffering. May no one kill anyone, may no one harm, nor hurt anyone. May all living beings wish happiness for all other living beings. So thank you for joining with prayers and meditation. Okay.
Thank you, Bhante Subodha. And so we are very grateful that he was able to open us this space and also give us metta meditation, which is a very important Theravada tradition, Buddhist tradition, that extending the compassion, starting yourself and all the other living beings. And so we see the importance of all lives. And then here I would like to also do some traditional Japanese chanting. So actually basically invocation. So we're inviting all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, and gods to come to support us, but also support for us to, Buddha nature open. And also we, dedicate our life for the peace in this case too. So please join me in Gassho. Place your palms together and bow your head. Just a little different sound. May all sentient beings be happy, well, and peaceful. May we all be free from suffering. May we all be free from pain. May we all be free from attachment, from greed, anger, and ignorance. May we all attain ultimate happiness and peace or enlightenment through the guidance of Buddha's wisdom and compassion. Namo. Thank you. So thank you. And actually, I was expecting some person to come, but somehow it's not. So we wait for the if they come to do the prayer, they can join. And so let me see. Yeah, somehow. Oh, there's an email you see. That's not good. Yeah. So. Yeah, some of people are joining from the Zoom as well. And so at this point, I would like to first Jun Nakanishi-san to give the message from the Heiwa Foundation. He's a board member of the Heiwa Peace and Reconciliation Foundation, New York. So Mr. Jun Nakanishi.
Okay, this is the first time I'm doing a speech before the for our memorial, because we usually have other board members who are more wiser than me and more knowledgeable. But since I'm the only one here today, so I'm going to give you a little message. Yes, first of all, thank you very much for all of you to join us today for our 5th anniversary of our foundation. And I would say that the last 5 years went by pretty quickly, actually. You know, 1,800 days sounds kind of long, but especially with the pandemic, took away 2 years, so it was rather quick. And but despite the pandemic, I think we did what we could do within our power as a new foundation. And but obviously we have more that we want to do. And I see today as sort of like a new beginning, or the beginning of a new chapter for our foundation. What I mean is by that is, I mean, you know, like 10, 15 years ago, when I'm talking to people, and every time I mention anything to do with the spiritual or UFOs, God, people just looked at me and said, God, this guy's so weird. You know, what is he talking about? But for the last 5 years, 10 years, I would say more and more people are interested in finding out what is, you know, what the love, light, harmony, or what all that is about. So obviously there are more people who are really becoming more spiritual. And so I think it gives us a great opportunity for us to grow, evolve, and involve more people and bring harmony to the world. And I think that's something, our ultimate goal. And I think we're getting closer to it. So it still might take some more time, but yeah, we like to thank you very much for your support, and hopefully we can, you know, make our foundation more meaningful to the society, and hopefully we can grow with everyone, and hopefully we can bring peace and harmony to the world. Okay, so thank you very much for being here today again, and this is Mr. Nakagaki Kenji-san. Thank you so much. Okay, I wasn't ready, but anyway.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Jun Nakanishi-san, for the wonderful talk. And so it's, yeah, great to have everyone to take turn, you know, because so for some reason this weekend, there's a lot of people are out of town, yeah, so happened to be that particular weekend, but it's, you know, still better than nothing. So I feel like this is very important. No, it is actually, but I mean, one thing is, of course, we don't have to have this one, of course, one way. But at the same time, I feel like if I started, I can't quit. So just continue to have even a little gathering. Maybe we learn something. It's not like a number of people, but then one of you maybe Dalai Lama, so maybe His Holiness, then it could be a big influence, right? So it's great to have even just a small amount of people, quality that you enjoy the Dharma and the truth, peace, and so those are very, very important. And so I instead of we couldn't expect from the beginning to so many people this time actually. So, but yet I think it's worth having this. And then Dr. Pia, I wanted to hear from him actually. So we have started meeting through the pandemic. Oh, now we're going to the speaker part. Okay, so I just wanted to introduce Dr. Pia. So Dr. Piya Ratna Maharjan is a former ordained Buddhist monk, and now is very active as a social and community worker. He's a general secretary of the International Buddhist Education Center, IBEC, International Peace Ambassador, peace activist, global youth and the network in Nepal. He's a recipient of Stockholm World Peace Award, World Humanitarian Award, Mahatma Gandhi Global Award, Human Rights, and an ambassador of the Peace Awards as well. So he has more awards actually. So you just listed some of the nice ones. But he has been very active for many parts, and helping humanitarian work is what he does. And today, so I'm very grateful for this opportunity to invite him. And actually, finally, we met. I mean, face to face. It used to be only through the internet, the Zoom. So, but today is the first time. This time is the first time we met, and then so wonderful to have, kind of what do you call it? Human contact. And so I hope you enjoyed his talk. So he will be speaking. Sorry. Okay. About 20 minutes or so, and then with some photos. But then somehow this machine I couldn't do well for, so I just I have to sorry for the beginning. Okay, and some of them are already in the pictures, but then some of the pictures somehow I couldn't bring the forward. So, but anyway, without further ado, so could you come and please welcome Dr. Piya Ratna Maharjan. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Reverend Dr. Nakagaki, for inviting me to these today's sessions. It's about like a Dhamma discussions, and I was reflecting a lot of Dhamma things while I am here in this beautiful, peaceful monastery. I was almost every day enlightening the Temple of Enlightenment. I was very much thankful to our Venerable Subodha for giving me the time for me to stay here with your kind compassion and loving, and which make me establish peace and harmony of friendships and Dhamma collaborations, and also connecting me from Venerable Dr. Nakagaki. So Just short introduction of myself is already been said out of 1,000 pictures. Actually, I send him. I want to show actually a documentary, to show photos and to share it, and the photos speaks louder than the word. But due to his capacity of memory, he could not download these photos, and only few selected. He did it, and so I try to summarize all of this. So as me, the Secretary General of the International Buddhist Education Center, IBEC, the headquarters is in Myanmar, and we had the office in Nepal, and as well as we incorporated this center in New York recently, and I'm very much glad you've been invited me as a guest speaker to this Heiwa Foundation anniversary, 5th anniversary, and which promoting the peace around the world. So I'm very glad to be a part of your process initiations that you have been doing. Actually, we did offline and online actually most of the time due to this COVID-19. I'm bringing a lot of Buddhist scholars, monks from different faiths. At the same time, we did celebrated the world the Interfaith Harmony Weeks in Vesak days for a couple 3 years back. So bringing all the scholars from Japanese, Korean, Vietnam, Sri Lankan, Indian, Nepalese, Bangladesh, Myanmar, and also European, and from other countries too. So I have been working with him for last 3 to 4 years. It's online, and it was because of the COVID-19 actually we came to know each other, and with that today is also one of the results that I came here through his friendships, and that's very much connected. So after I seeing here the Japanese monks, I reflecting myself. So when I was 12 years old, my mom and sister led me to become a Buddhist monk. So when I was 12 years, the mother, they always go to the temple nearby. At the same time, Nichiren Fuji Guruji, so he is the founder of this Nichiren Bodhisattva, the peace initiations, so promoting peace around the world. So he's building a lot of peace pagoda around the world, and Nepal is one of the center of that. So just about 200 meters away, the Fuji Guruji has taken one room or two rooms that one of the Buddhist friend, the Upasika, we call devotee, he gave the rent for that space for the Japanese monk to stay there. So my mom used to cook food and give to the Japanese monk. So I learned that Nammyo Renge Kyo. Yeah. So from that point, I also follow mother and go to this Japanese monk, and from there I become acquainted of the monks and the nuns later on. So I got a lot of chocolates because I was small. So I use a lot of chocolate, and I follow the Buddhism. So in that way, that my path to become a monk also led from that. And when I was in the study, this grade 7, then one of the monks from Nepal led me to saying, "Oh, why don't you go and study Buddhism?" Later, I didn't know about I won't become ordinations. As then 3 of us, including that monk, led us to go to Sri Lanka. This is for the after I was still become a layperson. So in my 12 years time, I had a good experience. Like I got the chance to have small domestic airlines to fly. Then after that, meeting Dalai Lama, you see, on the journey to Delhi, on the way to Sri Lanka. I went to Dharamsala, Then I met the Dalai Lama. I got blessing from him. Then from there I went to Chennai. Then from there I went to Jaffna. That time, there was a war. Just about to start war. Then I was in Jaffna. I took a small plane to train and also took a big ship. It's a cruise. So this was a small time. I had 4 kind of transportation mode that I have experienced as a small boy. Then later become monk and study very quickly and did my Bachelor of Arts and follow up that research I did and become the master, MA. And after that, I had a chance to go to Japan still as a monk. So I did research at this Miyaken, and where there's a water falling, and I also practice kind of peace meditation over there. While we did meditation in the temple, in the front line, the water coming up, how you endure your coldness through meditations. So in the Tibet, well, there's a very coldness. All the monks, actually, they can do meditations with that minus 25 degree, with this power of meditations, energy that coming within yourself, that can be evaporate your body, that can you maintain your heatness in your body. So this is one of the power of the meditation. So I did my meditations along the way, sleeping meditation, walking meditation, and all 24 hours is living meditations. That's I call once you are aware of that yourself, who you are, how you're traveling, you are safe enough, and you are still practicing meditation, and you are very much comfortable. Why, if you have peace of mind within yourself, that is the peace that within yourselves. So Buddha says that peace, you have to look within yourself, not outward. So more you see the peace outside, you cannot have peace inside yourself. So the whole canonical text of the Buddhist is all about dealing about how we can bring the peace. So Noble Four Path, Chaturarya Satya, that's what's the suffering. It's the cause of the suffering, and the way that is show you the suffering and is the cause of the suffering. So once you identify those 4, the reasons of the suffering, that you will understand our life, the meaning of life. Then once you know the meaning of the life, then you can live with betterment of the way. So this way, with this my journey as the monk, and on the same time I had a chance to practice meditations and talk about the peace buildings to the monks and nuns, to Chinese, and also even taught Sanskrit and Pali language, which Buddha has been spoken. So it has been one of the privileges I had. And so I'm the background as me as a farmer. My father is a farmer, and during that time, Nepal is very prosperous. Even this when the time of Korea and Japan have so much poverty, even Nepal government gave a lot of grains, food. The rice to donation to Japan, and Japan is very much grateful to Nepal. And Nepal and Japan has very much relation type of politically, economically, and spiritually, as the Buddha was born in Nepal. At the same time, Sri Lanka also has maintained so much the Dhamma relationship with the Nepal. We have close relations with the president and the embassy of Sri Lanka, and the government of Sri Lanka is helping to Nepal to maintain as a Nepal as a Buddhist country. We had, though Nepal, Lumbini is the birthplace of the Buddha, and due to this, our political changes, because Nepal is declared as the Hindu country before, and sometime the monks has been expelled by this regime, and even Theravada monks who has been expelled. Some of them went to Myanmar, some went to Thailand, and some went to Sri Lanka. And also the Venerable from Sri Lanka very much helped Narada. Thero from Sri Lanka came to Nepal, and he has very good connection with the king of Nepal. So in this way, though Buddha was born in Nepal, we did not have very strong foundation of Buddhism in Nepal. If you talk about currently, in Theravada context, we have no less than maybe 1,000 to 500, including monks and nuns. That's the populations. So if you compare with other country, this is very less. You can imagine only the Buddha was born in Nepal. It should be the Buddhist country. So on the contrary, we just have very less number of Buddhist community, especially Theravada. But on the contrary, due to the Dalai Lama, the Tibetan Buddhism was very much expanded, and vastly, because they did a lot of works. They wrote books, and due to background of the Dalai Lama, and a lot of Tibetan monks were grow, and within one temple, maybe more than 250, 400,000 monks are there. That is in Tibetan traditions. So this is the situation. At the same time, we have very few numbers of Japanese. We have now in Pokhara, we have the Peace Pagoda, and as a symbol of peace, and Lumbini, also we have the peace of the Peace Pagoda. Yeah. So now we talking about the peace, the epistemology. This is the picture you are seeing is the eternal peace lamp. It will never go off. 24 hours, all the time, that the light of peace is been lightning. It was actually initiated by the king of Nepal. It's about 27 years ago. And it's just in front of, you can see the behind, you can see the white Peace Pagoda. This was built by the Japanese. So we have different kind of temples in Lumbini, and supported by the Sri Lankan government. Sri Lanka temple we have, Japanese temple we have it, and we have the and also Vietnam, and Korean, and all different kind of Buddhist countries have representing the temple. So you can the picture you are seeing is the birthplace of the Buddha. White inside is a exact place where the Buddha was born, and it's the pond is supposed after the Mahamaya Devi, the mother of the Buddha, little Buddha we call, is been bathing in this pond. So still we have this pond. Now it has been very taken care of, a little bit modified actually. With this modern technology, they did a lot of cleaning. Last time it's not like this. A lot of jungles and some changes was there. So this is where the Buddha was born. We consider him as the messenger of peace. So I'm very happy that Heiwa Peace Foundations is still promoting peace throughout the world. While in New York, we are still promoting peace. So with this platform, I would like to actually International Buddhist Education Center. Actually, we had an MOU with Heiwa Peace Foundations for exchanging programs. related to the peace, studies, and all the Buddhist activities that we can do throughout the world with the network of IBC and also network of Heiwa Peace Reconciliation Foundations. And with this platform also, I would like to extend my invitation all of you to, we can have a kind of working together on promoting the Buddhism and Buddhist philosophy around the world. You can see this on the white peace pagoda. It was actually introduced by the Japan. Nichiren Nichitetsu Fuji Guruji is the one who came here, and they did a lot of marvelous job, spending a lot of money, efforts, and promoting peace. So this is a symbol of peace. So people from around the world, all the Buddhists or non-Buddhists, Muslim, Hindu, Christian, all come here. This is like the place of peace where everybody come, and daily more than thousands of people coming to here. So they will go to all these places and they will remember the Buddha and they will get the message of peace. At the same time, you can see this is golden temple of the Myanmar. So each country, they have their own representative symbol of peace. They're built there, and they're promoting Buddhism. And so people from all over the world that they will learn the symbol of peace from, and also tradition of Buddhism. And this is what little bit different pictures. So quickly talk about this, how I was led as a Buddhist monk, then later become a still lay person. I'm carrying out what the Buddha has taught. Because rather than we discuss and talk, it's more important is what we practice Buddhism, humanistic Buddhism in actions. Whether we are Buddhist monk or nuns or lay person, if we can practice, Buddha has already said, it's not that the Buddha's image is there, just you look and just become happy. It's not that way. You go outside, you show or practice Buddhism in actions. So I thought that while I was learning Buddhism, one of the key figure of one of the key element to have the peace within ourselves is the four noble Brahmacharya, which is Metta, Karuna, Upekha. And these four sublime teachings, which as Buddha says, that learning from that, the first Maitri, Metta, is loving kindness. That word that came to me while I was learning is philosophy. Then when we're back to Nepal, we're back more than 25 years ago. The same name, Metta Center, the Center for Loving Kindness, I established orphanage. And Subodha also has already have the orphanage, so he's discussed about me. So anyway, I was my small child dream when I learned from Buddha about the Maitri. Why not we spread Maitri kindness? We send for the orphanage. So I established orphanage there with the name of Maitri, and that it was flourishing so much. It's more than like 25 years ago. I produced more than hundreds young men, women, children especially. They become monk, nuns, having good job, citizen. They become having good job, nurse, teachers. You can see how marvelous that we practice this all philosophy turn into actions. And yesterday we went to UN. They talk about the water actions, not just talk about that. It's actions that we need. So if we put all our philosophy, what Buddha has taught to us, practice into day-to-day life, you help each other, help others, live for the sake of others is better than live for the sake of yourself. That's how we can bring the peace. So in that sense, what I came to me, then since as we are the Buddhist monk, we are always doing social work from the day we become the monk. At the same time, it should not be given up, though you are layperson, or the Buddhist monk, because that philosophy always we carry from in our heart. Yeah? It doesn't show that your outer appearance is yes necessary, but most important is the uniqueness, the kindness that you have, the compassion you have learned, equilibrium you have learned, that you have to practice within yourself. So in that sense, maybe from that point, I took my actions that become a social worker, humanitarian workers. So I extended. So the picture you are seeing is Hate Stadium, where more than 200,000 people are there inside. This has been running by the UN, which is called On-Site Operations Coordination Center. So whereby when I see people more than 229,000 so far, that is the figures of the people died in recently the deadly earthquake that was in Turkey and Syria. But the government officially says about more than 70,000 like that, because when I go there, I see myself very tall buildings. We do not know because it cannot evacuate, because many people are sleeping at the time. They had been dead in the same buildings. So the figure is like that. So with that, we went to provide the food, hot meals, clothing, blankets, generators, because they don't have electricity. So they need generators, the mask, and even all inside clothing for them, and tents. So this way, the love that we give to us, because even though Turkey is Muslim country, we as a Buddhist went there, because despite we never go for, we show the love and loving kindness. The gift we can give is a token of love that we can give. It's a humanity. So we went, you can see these are the left side. We went at night, even to call. We door to door, 10 to 10. We gave the food. Actually, they don't want to take a photo because they don't like it. When we give the things, if you take the photo, they say they don't accept it. You know? So we feel also not good. And sometimes I want to have myself to keep my record. They say, oh, this is only for my record. We don't want to show. But of course, we have to have my own record also. So with that, we take some photos only. You can see all the city, total damage, totally. You can see all the garbage. That is totally catastrophic. All the building has been collapsed, and the photo I standing, I just post it. Luckily, one of my unknowingly next to that building is his wife and children, 2 children been die. When I posted that, oh, how you be there? Exactly the place where my wife and the 2 children will die. You know, so after even hearing that, I feel very much sad about that. And I toured so much place, about 8 days I was there, touring all the city. It's like a hell, you know. That's so why we can support them with this our compassions, and I was very much happy that as we as a human beings seeing the suffering of person, we go and extend our support when they need. And it was very much the love that they feel, and these are the things that we did deliver from Nepal. Also, we collected a lot of things, clothing to even the shoe, the inside jackets, blankets, and also this is done by Bodhisattva Vihara. So you know the Bodhisattva, to become a Bodhisattva is one of the compassion we needed. So we are showing this compassion to other people. So I coordinated with all NGOs of the other country as well as Nepal to contribute for this. At the same time, in Nepal also, it was too cold. Not like the coldness I am feeling here. Some people die due to coldness because we have heating system. But Nepal is like very cold, and they do not have the sufficient materials or the equipments, heating facilities like we are having. It's just naturally they feel very cold, and old people or sometimes young people, children, they die. So due to that, with the cold wave, I went there to serve more than 20,000 families. We gave the blankets to them. You can see that for the small children, they got very happy. And we said, it's a thank you, Buddha. In this way, we put all our love in actions. So you can see some of the Chinese monks is my friend. When I was in Fukhansan in Taiwan, while I'm teaching Pali and Buddhist philosophy, my friend was there. So he's also to Nepal now. We built a big Bodhisattva temple in Nepal. But if you are coming there, we can go there and visit and stay his place, the temple. And he's doing a lot of charity works. And since I was friend, we were friends for 30 years ago. We met in Nepal. So he's very much happy that I'm helping and doing a lot of all humanitarian works in Nepal. At the same time, he helped to support to Turkey also. So in this way, when I talk to Venerable Subodha also, so for his orphanage, we can extend our compassion and whatever we can do as we are the Buddhists, not just talk, we just do actions and helping hand each other. Okay. And these other some of the other photos that even in Nepal, we had this earthquake during 2015. We have biggest earthquake in Nepal. Maybe you have heard about that. So Turkey is the second biggest, but comparatively to Nepal, we do not have high-rise building. And at the time of earthquake was 10:45 in the morning, in a Saturday. So people are just outside, not inside. And they are awakened and they have time to run away because we have three, 4-story buildings. So that's how we escaped so much. We didn't have that much. So those who are asleep and those who are being in the small huts, of course, the people die. We have about total around like 12,000 plus dead on single 2 minutes of that. But Turkey comparatively, 227,000. So these are the biggest things in the history. Yeah, and so in the this after earthquake, we went to the very high, about more than 3,500 meter above. Cloud is below. We are up. I have the photo, but due to this that I could not show that the photo. So these are the village people. We carry the food in the truck. We cannot. There's no anything that we can carry. Yeah. So yeah, I can. So these are some of the medicine that we distributed to children, and after the earthquake damage, you can see the things, the houses in Nepal. So while I'm talking about that, I just want to show that you maybe not believe that I was a monk. So I want to show my picture. You can see when I was young. This is the photo with as a Theravada. I was in Hong Kong. I was transit from there, and we had some Dhamma talk in Hong Kong. And the other one is like we invited Vaticans in Fokwansan, also visited to Vatican, vice versa. I was very much active in interfaith dialogues. This is between Buddhist and Christian. So I am the one of the coordinator for that, and we did direct link with the Vaticans. So meanwhile, talking about the peace, in the last year, we had the Walk of Peace in Finland, and we did this peace walk. In the peace walk, that is with other organization, that we went around the Finland, promoting the peace. And the other photo that you can see is we had a world peace prayers led by the Tibetan monks, that is in Lumbini. So I was one of that during that time while we are disputing the food relief. Then we are at the same time they're having the puja there. So I was there to I had the chance to be there. So some of the photo you can see is the photo you see here is at New York Church Center, whereby the Guruji and Doyang and the Sri Lankan monk, Thai monks, Myanmar and Parliament of World Religions. Some of the monks and religious leaders were there, and from UNICEF, UNDP, those are the people as for last year. So whenever Nakagaki was not there because she went to Japan to see his. We came here, he left. So physically we were not. We actually missed to see each other. So the front, the photo you can see is the Peace Humanitarian Awards that I have received in Manila last year. So that was one of the functions that I have been. And the third one is the Stockholm Peace Award that which I have received. I'm lucky to have one of the 5 persons who received the awards from around the world. So from this platform, I would like to actually invite Venerable Subodha to be attend this World Peace Award going to be going to held in Stockholm this year, July, I think 23rd to 25. So with this platform, I would like to invite all of you to be there in this award ceremony, and I can nominate Venerable Subodha and also Venerable Nakagaki, since we are doing the peace work for many years, and you are actually entitled to have this. And some of the awards that you can see is last year, and actually it is not my award, it is award for others. I already got this award 2019 before the COVID-19. So I'm the one who convened these all awards, and we selected those who have been contributing peace in the world. We selecting only 5 of nominations. Yeah. So at the time, while they are seeing my contributions, doing social work and humanitarian works, people from around the world, different organizations, I do not know, so they recognize me, and they are giving even Mahatma Gandhi Global Peace Award, and some of the other awards that I received. At the same time, Humanitarian and International Peace Forum, I got received that in Dubai just February, just 2 months. Yeah, so then during that time, he was there, and I had the humanitarian awards in Thailand and from Yemen and different parts of the world. For these are the few that I have. And here we have a MOU signing ceremony with a Buddhist University, Lumbini Buddhist University. So I like Heiwa Peace Foundation, also at the Temple of Enlightenment, also can be, along with working with this Buddhist University of Nepal. So we can, those who want to follow the PhD, Buddhist course, they can join as the PhD course. They can do by physically, at the same time online. Yeah, so this way we can promote and Buddhism in the world. So as part of my interfaith and also promoting Buddhism, while we are having COVID-19 with this IBC, Heiwa Peace Foundation, and Sangakaya Foundation of India. And we have been working sometime maybe 3 months, 2 months efforts. We come to this conclusion. I mean, coming with this one, though it looks like a small, it took long way to organize. So it's working hard with this Nakagaki and myself, mainly coordinating and bringing the world religious from around the world, monks, nuns, and when we talk about the interfaith, we bring all the interfaith groups from New York to Japan to Australia to Asia to all Indonesia, wherever is they are interested. So this way, we are promoting peace, interfaith harmony among the all Buddhist and non-Buddhist community in the world, while we are doing social work. And so this is the only few of 1,000 pictures, because you don't have the capacity of loading. As I said, so I want to show the peace, the harmony that we are practicing in Buddhism, we put into actions. So once you do in frontline actions, and during the COVID-19, how much you believe or not, I was not afraid of anything of that. While just wearing the mask, we went with the collaboration with Suchi Foundations. We contributed more than millions of dollars of health equipments, distributing to Buddhist temples, community, hospitals, health post. Even though when we have to carry those medicines to top of the mountain, Nepal, you know, is the hilly, it's the mountains country, landlocked, and sometimes you have to go 6,000 feet above, and sometimes where there's no road to go. So where we do is drone we are using to carry the very basic food, the medicines also. And also we use the goat and yak, and also the mountain, the animals to carry those goods to these places. Yeah, so with this, we not only contribute to the whole society, to the whole world, that Suchi Foundation is also doing so much. I was coordinating, and also introduction from Dr. Venerable Nakagaki. He introduced me to Suchi Foundation coordinator. Through that, while we are having COVID-19, I work in frontline, providing all those health equipments and distributing to the municipality, health posts, and also we distributed the oxygen concentrator. Even some of the terms that I use, oximeter, that I come to know, because that's a new terms for us, and that means what is necessary for all that mask, face mask, all that when we distributed. After that, due to this COVID-19, people lost jobs. Some people, most people have did suicide. Even I saw there's some suicide case, people jumping down in New York, and this is a pathetic situation in Nepal, the whole world. So best ways is to for us as a Buddhist to make them calm, give them the strength, spiritual strength, the patience, and the forbearance, and what we have learned, just be you survival as a utmost, and put our Buddhist philosophy in action is the most important. That's the COVID-19 gave us the one of the best challenges, also the best way to practice Buddhism. How to sustain, maintain, survival is the things. So we did survive while you are not just thinking of yourself. We go frontline, serve for many people, thousands of people, and with that save life of that. And we did a lot of contribution of relief like food, rice, dal, cooking oils, sugar, tea, coffee, everything that it needs for the family, we contribute for that. That's cost millions of dollars, but we don't have to touch anything. They provide everything. I coordinate, and we distribute to more than 297,000 families. You can see, and those health equipments was been more than millions of dollars for the establishing the oxygen plant in the hospital. Even today, even for future, the people can take this use of that. So this way, all the Buddhist community are in actions, practicing Buddhism, what the Buddha has been taught for the us, we put in practice. And so I'm very much happy that just to share that what's a Buddhism in Nepal, the community of Nepal, what the Buddhist philosophy, that as a follower of the Buddha, I was able to practice in actions daily, and even to now, even for tomorrow. Actually, I'm planning for actually for the hot meals to be distributed in Turkey during this Ramadan, because this is the hardest for them. It's Ramadan come, they cannot have food, and it's once a day they have it, but they don't have place to cook, nothing there. They don't have nothing. So we distributed all the tents, generator, whatever we can, and some of the other organization also just now yesterday went out of the country, other side, they distribute a lot of hot meals. So I want to do again more hot meal contribution, because the people of Turkey is suffering so much. As we said, more than 275,000 people have been died, and those who lost, we still do not know yet. In infrastructure to come up to rebuild, it takes years to come. This is the situation. Back to Nepal also, it took, even now, we completed our renovations. All this, whatever destruction happened, all the buildings, infrastructure are still building. So it takes a long time. So it takes a few seconds to destroy, but to rebuild takes a long years. So this way, so just talking about peace, as we said, the violence never begets peace. Only the non-violence begets peace. And so it's a Om Shanti, Shanti, and Shanti. And I wish you, all of you, that we can maintain peace through meditations. The only inner peace can be found through the meditation. So as I said, I always do practice meditation while we're working, while in the toilet, while you're in the kitchen, while you're cooking, while you're traveling. Remember, be aware of that. That's the enlightenment, the Sila, Samadhi, Panya, the virtue, then the concentrations, and the Panya, the wisdom. This wisdom is the only way, because mind is the forerunner of everything. If our mind, our intention is good, the peaceful we can maintain. So hope that this peaceful gathering today we have, and very much glad to be here and speak as a guest speaker. This is just like friendly sharing, it's not this serious. Hope that we can learn more about peace, and hope that we can meet each other in Nepal, Asia, Europe, wherever. our friendship is very much necessary, and I'm very much glad to be a partner and working. Huh?
You can invite the question.
Yes, with that, whatever the programs, events, forums that are happening around the world, I'll share with you. I would like to coordinate with both Temple of Enlightenment and also the Heiwa Peace Foundations. So I learn about the terms Heiwa, it's about peace. So it's a peace, and peace. That's why I call Santi, Santi, Santi. These three terms. So Buddhism is also promulgate. It's a religion of peace. It's all the doctrines, all the scriptures, the canonical texts is just to bring a peace. So Nibbana is our ultimate bliss of peace that Buddha has been taught. So let's work towards the peace, and peace will be just automatically come. It's nothing to grab. Peace is actions. Now, once you maintain the action, you maintain the peace in your mind, yourself, you will be always peaceful. No harm will be happen. You can be travel anywhere without fear, and the Buddha is always behind us. Thank you very much for giving me this platform. And if you have any,
I'll just say thank you so much for your wonderful talk. So, well, first of all, I just wanted to give you a big hands to you. So thank you so much for sharing your experience and very precious, experience you have, and which is a very wonderful and very valuable things. And so since the time is a little bit limited, if anybody wanted to share any questions or your comments, that would be great. Can you raise your hand and I can give you the mic, or you can just speak wherever you are. What do you think? 一言。妙法寺のね、お寺もたくさん出てきたので。Oh no, just say a few words or でもいいですけど。Yeah, he wanted to offer you the chanting because his temple where he was.
Yeah, because.
Yeah, じゃあお願いします。Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
そこでも真ん中でいいですか。chantingいらない？ Thank you so much. ありがとうございます。Reverend Kessel from the some Korean traditions. So if she can offer some prayer too, or the short words also fine.
I want to express my gratitude to TK.
Sure. Thank you.
And to you as well for the unrelenting diligence that it takes to encounter obstacles that arise if you have some direction in your life. Our founding teacher, Zen Master Sun from Korea, was very friendly with Mahagosananda, who was the patriarch of Cambodian Buddhism. So even though our tradition is in the Zen tradition and Mahagosananda's tradition is Theravadan, he would come to our temple on ceremonies in Providence and always say something very simple. And I just wanted to share what he often would say in the spirit of what you're offering, which is a very simple Buddhist teaching that you're probably all familiar with. A peaceful mind makes a peaceful heart. A peaceful heart makes a peaceful person. A peaceful person makes a peaceful family. A peaceful family makes a peaceful village. A peaceful village makes a peaceful country. A peaceful country makes a peaceful world. Peace, peace, peace. One chant that we do in our tradition is to recite the name of the Bodhisattva of compassion. Kwan Se Umbo Sao, Kwan Yin Kanzeon, Avalokiteshvara. Kwan means perceive, Se means world, means sound. So perceived world sound is the sound of your fundamental nature. So for each of us, it starts in the ecosystem that you're in the middle of, which is here, and goes out that way as you breathe out and comes in this way as you breathe in. So it's a very simple chant, just Kwan Se Bosal to a particular kind of rhythm. If I knew we were doing this, I would have brought a mokat, but if we can just do it for a few minutes together, it's very easy to pick up. And just like Namo Myoho Renge Kyo, it brings our mind together in harmony, and hopefully those ripples extend beyond the temple into the rest of our lives as we take each step. Kwan Se Umbo Sal, 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 Kwan Se Umbo Sal. So that's the rhythm. If you pick it up, please join. If not, just listen. Umbo Sol, Kwan Se Umbo Sol, Kwan Se Umbo Sal, Kwan Se Umbo Sol, 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 Kwan Se Umbo Sol. Kwan Se Umbo Sol, 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 Kwan Se Umbo Sol.
Dr. Piya Ratna, and so I thank you very much. And it's very grateful, I feel very grateful that to talk and sharing all the pictures, everything. So, and then you know, he's been doing a lot of things, and the action, important of the action, it's very rare. Some people can move so much around and help people, and then some people may be a limited, you know, capacity. But then I think it's important for each of us, you know, do the maximum capacity that you can do, but as much as you can. And each one probably have a different talent too. Some people like him, he can just move all around. Maybe some even if you're not be able to move around like him, but yet each one should have the way to bring peace. You know, if you can't bring the peace to the world, at least try to bring the peace to your family, or the friends and so forth, your small circle. Even that itself is very valuable too. But then there are people who can do more. Of course, you can help more. And if you have enough money to help us, help this organization, various organization, you can do that too. I mean, that's another way of helping too. So whatever the things you have, you can just use all those things to help others. And I hope you will continue to such efforts. So like as a good example, Dr. Piya, he really used his own talent and share the peace to the world. And I really respect his actions. And so I thank you very much. So you can possibly relax, but also Heiwa Foundation has also Peace Band. So sometimes we feel like, we try, when we have events and so forth, we try to ask some people to come and do the prayer or the peace music. Sometimes, it's easier to have our own, people to be able to play the peace song. So today, since it's anniversary of the Heiwa Foundation, so one of our members of the Heiwa Foundation will be just giving a couple of songs. And today, Rino Aise, so she'll be the singer, vocal part, and also the Sanshin, this instrument that she carried. That's from Okinawa, and so it's a traditional instrument. Right?
I'm Rino Aise, the secretary of the Heiwa Peace and Reconciliation Foundation of New York. So, もし英語おかしかったらお願いします。So we'd like about the next song, Inochi, life. So please, if possible, please close your eye. So, can you hear my voice? Can you hear rain, car outside? So, can you feel person in this room? So please take a deep breath. Can you feel air? Can you feel life? You are living. Thank you very much. Open your eyes. So this song is ごめんなさい、伝えたいことは命です。この歌で伝えたいことは命ですってことを、生命を伝えたい。
Okay, this song is about, well, it's a song about life.
So,
okay. So it's a song about life. And, we'll start.
We can feel air. We can feel life. We are living. So we play the life. ありがとうございます。命でした。翻訳お願いします。次に歌うのは日本で最古と言われている、コキリコ節という民謡です。コキリコ節、一応民謡に最古と言われている。
It's an oldest Japanese traditional folk song. It's called Kokiriko Bushi, and I think it's from around 1600, something like that, 400 years old.
でこの歌というのは豊作を願って歌われたこと、歌われていました。
Okay, the song is about the good harvesting for the year.
私は平和を、土の何もない土のところから一つ一つ種を置いて稲が育っていくように、平和というのもみんなに広がっていったらいいなという希望を込めて、気持ちを込めてこのコキリコ節を歌いたいと思います。
Okay.
Sorry.
The song is the song is about good harvesting, and her idea is like she's hoping that the peace will grow. You know, we put the seeds of peace, and the song is about the flowering of peace from the seed. Basically, that's all. I'm sorry, I don't know if that makes sense, but
Thank you very
that's
much.
what the song is about.
お願いします。よろしく。コキリコの竹は七すごくじゃ、長いは袖のか長いじゃ、窓の段差はデレレコでん、晴れの段差もデレレコでん、向かいの山になるひよどりは泣いては下がり、泣いては上がり、浅く下がりの目を探す、浅く下がりの目を探す、窓の段差はデレレコでん、晴れの段
So first of all, I'd like to thank again for the joining us today. It's great to be here, and Temple of Enlightenment, such a nice space. I really enjoy, especially although it's a peace events that we have, and then one of the things I wanted to also. Yeah, I think Heiwa Foundation itself is actually focusing on building a peace. And there's so many different aspects. One is like an interface. Although we invited some of the people supposed to come, but for some reason I couldn't find them. So I guess something happens. But then we always have a dialogue, interface dialogue, and then it's not so like even today we have all different Buddhist representative too, with a different background, different countries, and so those are also important dialogue that we should have. And so it is the part of the dialoguing is a very important aspects of the Heiwa Foundation that we do. And also what I'd like to share today is just a little video, but I don't know whether it's not connected, right? It just died for some reason. So maybe, yeah, I'll just say maybe a few words, or I just try to show a little bit of the video, but it seems something is not, may not works well. So maybe, maybe not, because we don't have much of time. So I just wanted to explain about the by the words. The first I said the dialogues are very important. And then it's actually one of the dialogue that we are dealing with is also what we call in Japanese manji, the swastika in a Sanskrit term. And then the Buddha here, three of them have a big manji or swastika on their chest. Right? Do you see, I guess? And then so sometimes I'm sure that Bante, by experience, when the people come from the, the like American people or so forth to come here, they may see the swastika in a chest. Chest is a heart, really. So the heart of the Buddha, and because swastika itself is a Sanskrit word even to begin with. Su means good, Swasti means to be, Ka means create a noun. So which is really like a swastika. You're saying is the good fortune, good well-being. So, but then the way that they translate or understanding the words itself is totally wrong here in one way, because Hitler never says swastika anyway. He always used the words Hakenkreuz, hooked cross. Never be the words like a swastika anyway. I mean, those are one of the things that also I try to bring it as a kind of a simply awareness of what it means, because Eastern tradition, the swastika is all over the place in the East. When it's time to probably understand each other. It's like we're talking about 2,000 over 2,000 years, 5,000 years even. The swastika exists, and then, so we can't treat it as no existence like that. So some of the things are taboo, but yet more understanding is more necessary, and so that's also what I'm focusing, because in the end, the swastika is a symbol of peace, nothing else. And so like those are another dialogue of him doing it. So actually, even last year, I just wanted to report this particular one is that we were able to have a Hindu group, Hindu leader, Buddhist leader, of course, but also like a Native Americans, they used to, and Jain, and there's a swastika tradition in Tibetan, the Bon tradition too. And so there are many, and even like Kiev, right now, of course, for the like Ukraine, Kiev has a museum that they have a lot of swastika collections in the ancient swastika in a good meaning too. So there are many parts of the swastika exist on the entire world that we live in. So it's a part of the culture, human culture too. So those are something that we realize, and we make actually even proclamation among the leaders last year, which is for me is a very good progress. And we are trying to bring this at the Parliamentary World Revisions. So this time is a Zoroastrian group. They wanted to help because that's one of the ancient symbols they use. And so it's, in a way, it's a lot of awareness, or a lot of minority groups, so-called, getting together and try to bring what we have. It's not just hiding, but rather try to explain. Otherwise, that we just, as if there's no voice, mean nothing. But yet we need to sometimes bring the voice. So in the end, the truth should be the one who can work together. So if we are talking about the false all the time, nothing is sort of like a peaceful way. In a sense, sometimes we need to bring all those true facts, and then we have a dialogue. Simply, it's not just one is right or wrong, but rather try to understand why these things are happening is more important. So the dialogue part is not pushing your own view only, but also listen. Right? Listening part is very important. And then this is one of my awareness from the last year or this year, especially because of the year of what do you call it, the rabbit. Rabbit has a lot of big ear, listening, and then so when you have listened, you have to be like being silent. But then I never really pay attention to this, the words silent, and then the what do you call it, the listen. It consists of same characters. I mean, same what do you call it, the alphabet order, alphabet, right? L-I-S-T-E-N. So if you change the order, S-I-L-E-N-T, it becomes silent. So in a way, this is a year of rabbit. So maybe you could be silent. We want to silent, like we have a meditation today. And so be silent so that you can really listen. Because sometimes we're listening, but we're not really listening when you don't become silent. So that's one thing that I learned. Maybe this is a good year to think of silent. Try to be silent, and so we can listen to other people. Because we like to say, especially here, we like to say, but not listen. And so hopefully the dialogue itself is the listening practice in one way. And then the other thing what we do is a peace building, like a Hiroshima and Nagasaki peace things. And then so in this New York City, actually I came to New York 1994. So ever since I came, actually I organized the Hiroshima and Nagasaki Day. And so the last 30 years. And so so in a way, so the one of the Heiwa Foundation, what we do is continue for the tradition of the Hiroshima and Nagasaki, which is related to the atomic bomb, and such that's one of the bombs can really destroy our society, our world, our Earth even, and then now it's a lot of threatened from the Russian government and so forth. It shouldn't be easy to say, oh, I'm going to use a nuclear weapon. That kind of a insensitivity, as if you're not respecting life at all. And so those are something that I'm also focusing on. And so this year is the 30th anniversary, and we try to do something in August at the UN as well, since the United Nations is the only place you can open to the other country too. So a lot of, in a way, we need to bring the voice of the peace also, and we probably need more peace, the voice of peace, especially a lot of things, violence and of course gun control and killing, and it's just like too many people lives threatened, and then also life became kind of pretty light, not, you don't feel like importance of the life itself. And so that one of the reasons that we thank for the life is the how you see the value of the life. Do you really see your even value? What you're living is how important that your each life is. So I mean those awareness is a very, very important one. And so yeah, so that part of the what we do for the Heiwa Foundation itself is very important to even start from your own life to be seen as a very important. If your own life is very important, how can you take others' life, which is very important for them too? So that's how we can see the life, the importance of life. So if you treat others bad, so meaning you are treating your own life bad too. So one way to awareness of understanding yourself deeper enough so that you can value even the little life you have, but also the others, the the sentient beings that each has shared their life. So preciousness of life is something that we need to all be aware. And so that's something that through the Heiwa Foundation we would like to focus. And one of the reasons I started to Heiwa Foundation is because I've been practicing Buddhism, and then of course there are so many areas of the Buddhism to cover, but yet I feel like it's nice to have a focus, especially after I became 50. Now I'm 62, whether you believe or not, but so which means I feel like I wanted to focus on something. Then when it comes to Buddhism, for me is the practice of peace, mind as well as the actions, the words, so those are all focused on the peace. So I like to spend my life more focused, bringing the peace to even myself, but also to the society as well. So I hope you will support us, and then in many ways, and from now on too. And so that's basically what we do. And unbelievable, we don't have money, but yet we are continuing for 5 years. I mean, that's amazing in one way. When we do something and then somehow people support, and then that's one of the spirit I think we can keep. And so as long as you have way, I think we can open it. I mean, that's so far the experience for 5 years. And then, but at the same time, I really appreciate the people who care for the peace, and then the people who are here, and also the board members and people who support the Heiwa Foundation. They are really, so important. I mean, so important. I mean, such person is there because of that. I can continue, and so I hope this circle become a little bigger this year. And so the Jun Nakanishi mentioned in our first speech. So we tend to expand more, and yeah. So right. So some of the pictures that I want to show, it's okay. So that's all for that I would like to share today. Just about 4 o'clock. So it's a 2 to 4 hour event. So I will finish here. And I would like to thank again for the Temple of Enlightenment to give us this wonderful space, so we can create such a peaceful, gathering. And Mr. Dr. Ratna, he actually, one of the friends came from Dubai just now. So he was talking about Dubai, and then he's creating the great relationship. And so actually he's in introducing him something, I guess. But and then all the what do you call it? The Rino Aise to play the wonderful music. And so she just got back from Japan. Yes, day before yesterday, the midnight or something. So he was still, I think it's a jet lag, and we just don't have much of preparation, but yet, willing to, sing for us and for this occasion. So we're really happy. And so thank you so much, and for joining for the 5th year anniversary of the Heiwa Peace and Reconciliation Foundation of New York. So thank you, and have a good day. And thank you everyone for joining from the Zoom. I hope, thank you. So I'll take care. Okay, bye-bye. Thanks.